do it. On a beautiful and clear Thursday night, the YD Red Sox are back in action as they hit the road and make their final trip in the regular season to Veterans Field to take on a Chatham Anglers team that continues to fight for their lives with their heads below water, sitting at the bottom of the East Division. Luke West, Poley, Perri, Kitei alongside Perri. YD has lost 7 of their last 9. This has been the rockiest patch the Red Sox have seen all season long. A big get-right game. We've been saying that over the last couple of days, but YD has seen that lead atop the East Division shrink smaller and smaller, standing now at just a game and a half over Orleans. Really need to get back to their beginning of the season ways tonight.
Absolutely, Luke. It feels like we've been having this same conversation, and it's either a day where the pitching comes through and the hitting doesn't, or vice versa. A couple days ago was a hit fest against YD. Yesterday, pitching kept Hyannis pretty much in check, but YD just couldn't put up the hits and the numbers to get more than 2 runs across, and that's just not going to cut it at this level of baseball. Today, an interesting lineup. We haven't seen these same guys together. We haven't seen this order. Brady Day leading off, Hunter Hines up to the 2 spot. It seems like Coach Pickler willing to try anything new to get this team back on its feet. I have absolutely no doubt they can, but really important, especially heading into the All-Star break, which won't be much of a break considering YD will play Orleans, the team nipping at their heels on Sunday.
Yeah, just one day off for the Red Sox, who still hold a game-and-a-half lead over the Orleans Firebirds, who sit at second place in the East Division at 16-14. The Firebirds playing host to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks from Eldridge Park on this Thursday evening. These two teams met 1 week ago today on July 13th here at Veterans Field. Same pitcher was on the mound for YD that will be today. Finnegan Wall collected the loss. That was his second of the season, but his bats provided him no help as YD collected just 3 hits and mustered up no runs in the 3-0 losing effort against the Anglers. Wall will get the ball in the bottom half of the inning, but for now, read you through the batting lineup for the Red Sox that Perri mentioned sees a lot of changes compared to what we're used to seeing from Scott Pickler's club. Mentioned Brady Day leading off at second base, followed by Hunter Hines in the DH spot. RJ Austin, who has been a perennial leadoff hitter for YD, hitting third today. He's out in left field. Ryan Stafford is the cleanup hitter in right. Manny Garza catches and hits fifth. Xander Darby is at first base today. He's in the 6th hole. Bottom 3 in the order are guys that have been there a couple times this year. Ryan Jackson at short, Enzo Apodaca in center, and Theo Hardy rounding things out at third base. The Red Sox will face off against an intriguing arm in Tanner Witt, the right-hander from the University of Texas. Heading into his senior year with the Longhorns, 6'6", 225-pound righty. That is slated to become the ace for the Longhorns this coming season. This comes after he was drafted a couple of weeks ago in the 18th round by the Baltimore Orioles. He announced the next day that he would decline to sign with Baltimore and will return to the University of Texas to play out his senior year. So Witt will get the ball for Chatham to face off against Brady Day. It's his 4th start of the year. He's got an 0-2 record so far. 15.95 ERA. He has thrown 2 outings where he has gotten absolutely torched. 7 earned runs in 1 outing, 6 in the other, but the one wedged between against Harwich was 4 innings of 1-hit shutout baseball. Brady Day lining up, the second baseman in the lefty box out of Kansas State for YD. Waits for the first pitch. Witt winding slowly. Now he fires. This one grounded first base side. Coming around it, it's off the wrist of Caden Kenton into right center field. And Brady Day gets aboard on the leadoff hitter of the game.
An auspicious start for the Red Sox. I thought that one might sneak through a gap. Kent got a backhand on it, but bounced it off. Would have been a tough play regardless, coming back with the momentum. But with Brady Day aboard, bodes well for Hines coming up right behind him.
Mentioned Hunter batting in an unusual 2-hole. He has hit a home run already this season at Veterans Field. It was a grand slam bomb the first time the Red Sox were here a few weeks ago. Runner on first, the pitch on the way. And he hits this one pretty well out towards right field. Wolford going back on it, and he makes the catch at the warning track on the line drive. 2 pitches through 2 at-bats for the Red Sox. Runner on first with 1 gone now for RJ Austin. They did give Brady Day the base hit as we imagined they would, but just wanted to make sure of that one. Austin, first righty to face off against the right-hander Tanner Witt. Out of Vanderbilt, using a new pink bat. It's got a bright barrel. The first pitch burns the inner corner for strike one. 89 miles an hour on the gun to Austin, who yesterday hit leadoff for the Red Sox and went 1 for 4 with a single and a walk before he was pinch run for in the ninth. Short lead on first from Brady Day in a scoreless game. 0-1 pitch on the way. Right down to the heart of the plate, 89 again for strike two to R.J. Austin, the first YD hitter to take a couple of pitches, unusual given the fact that he's normally been one of YD's most aggressive hitters. Wide gap on the right side of the infield.
Interesting to see him here in the 3 spot. We've really only seen him in the leadoff spot, but moving him down, hoping to bolster this middle of the lineup.
0-2 offering to Austin. Zipped away for a ball one. Every pitch so far in this at-bat has been 89 miles an hour from Tanner Witt. It's a ball and 2 strikes to RJ.
I'm not sure how much I trust that gun, given that sometimes it says 47 miles per hour, but we'll go with it.
From the stretch, the 1-2 deal. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. That time 72. Certainly a lot taken off of it from Tanner Witt. And gets RJ Austin out in front of it for the second out. Picks up his first K. Ryan Stafford put into the cleanup spot for the Red Sox today out in right field, has caught and played left mostly for YD. He comes up with a runner on first, 2 away, and a scoreless top of the first inning. Still from the stretch, the first pitch on the way. Stafford goes after it, lifts it in the air down the right field line. Long run for Wolfert, loses the hat, and the ball drops in foul territory. That ball was slicing away from the field. The initial carry was in fair territory, but going the opposite way there, Stafford put enough side spin on that ball that it carried foul and out of the range of Tyler Wolfert. So he will trot 90 feet back to the batter's box after getting all the way to first and face an 0-1 count.
Stafford had a really nice day yesterday. Came up big in the ninth as well with a hit. Brought in 2 RBIs.
Average up to 272. Look over at first from Witt. Now he sets from the first base side of the rubber. Nods, lifts the knee and fires. Runner goes, pitches up high. Throw down is high from the catcher, but it is in time as the tag is twirled around by Martin Grudzalanek, and that retires the side. Hudson White guns down Brady Day to end the inning, and the Red Sox cannot push their leadoff hit any further as they go scoreless in the first inning. To the bottom of inning number 1 we go. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Scoreless in the last of the first inning from Chatham. Luke Poley with Perri Kitei. Caden Kent leads off for the Anglers. The .325 hitter out of Texas A&M faces off against the righty Finnegan Wall. Makes his second straight start against the Anglers. Righty on lefty as Wall goes into the wind, lifts the knee and throws home. It's a first pitch backdoor strike on the outer corner, 0-1. Finnegan Wall, 3.52 ERA this season, 23 innings pitched. He's fanned 28 batters. That's top 5 in the Cape League. Into the wind, the 0-1 pitch. Bumped into the screen, foul behind home plate, 0-2.
Wall has started 5 games. This is his 6th, 23 innings pitched. ERA 3.52.
0-2. Wall deals. High at the shoulders and outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Caden Kent, 50% success rate against Finnegan Wall so far this season. Now the 1-2 offering. Just underneath the zone. Wall thought he had the strike yet, but Manny Garza can't quite frame it up on the bottom of the zone, and it's 2-2. Umpiring crew, Joe LaBella behind home plate. Tony Bernetti on first, Ryan DeMare on third. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the lefty, Caden Kent. The pitch. Swing and a chopper over towards second, charging in. Brady Day plays it on a couple of hops and a lazy throw on to first, but in plenty of time to beat Caden Kent for the first out of the inning.
Now batting for the Anglers, the second baseman from USC, number 56.
Brings up Bryce Martin Grudzalanek out of USC. Scoreless game, nobody on with 1 away in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch to Grudzalanek. Takes a breaking ball that slides outside, 1-0.
Wall is tied with Beidelshees, a reliever, for the team lead in strikeouts. He has 28 of them through his 23 innings pitched.
Next pitch on the way, and it hits him. Grudzalanek caught it off the edge of the elbow pad there, and so he is put aboard. There's been an inordinate amount of hit batters in YD games over the last few days. This continues the trend. Tyler Wolford up to the plate now with a runner on first and 1 away. Over at second base, Brady Day playing a little closer to the bag. There's a wide gap to the push side on the right side of the infield to Tyler Wolford. First pitch on the way. Misses underneath the zone, 1-0. Wolford, one of many Oklahoma State Cowboys on this roster for interim manager Marty Lees. Took over for Tom Holliday partway through the season. The 1-0 pitch. Grounded over towards short, scooped up by Jackson to second for 1. Brady Day's throw to the back end, and it pulls Xander Darby off the bag. He has to leap up to make the grab. He keeps it in front of him, but Wolford's safe on the fielder's choice. And that will bring up Wolford's college teammate Nolan Schubert as the inning is kept alive. Runner on first now, 2 gone, still 0-0 between YD and Chatham. And Schubert will dig back in. Righty on lefty, the first pitch home. This misses off the corner at 89 miles an hour, 1-0.
Schubert's just 1 for 10 versus YD pitching this season. He does have 2 walks, 2 RBIs to go along with that, but he's been fanned 5 times.
Ball and no strikes. Small lead on first from Wolford. The pitch. Breaking ball down and in, 2-0. Schubert hitting .222. 20 for 90. Pair of home runs, 13 driven in on the season. Brady Day shifted on him, backed up into shallow right field. We saw him make a play out there and right yesterday, the 2-0. Outside for ball 3. So Wall trying to prevent a 4-pitch free pass with 2 outs. That would move a runner into scoring position with Tyler Wolford already on first. He's thrown 12 pitches so far in this first inning. 3-0 pitch, swing and a miss. The green light was on from Schubert, and he can't connect to that offering at 88 miles an hour, and it's 3-1. Wall hanging the right arm, standing tall from the first base side of the rubber, takes a look back at first, and a 1.5-step lead by Wolford. Now he sets and throws, and it's a breaking ball outside, ball 4. First walk we've seen from Finnegan Wall. No hits in this inning despite the 3 base runners, a hit by pitch, a fielder's choice, and a walk for the Anglers in the first. They're on first and second with 2 outs for Zach McDonald, the center fielder.
McDonald crushed a home run against YD the first time he saw them, last time YD was here at Veterans Field.
It's the back end of back-to-back games. His first 2 games as a member of the Anglers where he hit a center field home run. First pitch to him, and he takes a big cut and a miss for strike 1. Look back at second as Wall twirls the ball in his fingers. No balls and a strike to Zach McDonald. Gray barrel tan handle of the bat. Next pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball, and it trickles away from Manny Garza. Had it in his glove and just lost it. It goes behind him, and both runners are going to move up. Second and third now, an RBI chance for McDonald, who has driven in 5 this season. 7 hits for the Miami Redhawk. Infield now backed up to the grass everywhere except on first for YD. 1-1 pitch. Called strike on the outer corner, 1-2. High breaking ball that time from Finnegan Wall, but it was dotted up on the outer half of the plate. And he's 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes, second and third, and a scoreless game. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Wall kicks and deals. Called strike 3. Brought the fastball over the plate on the inner half, and that ends the inning. Chatham has some activity on the bases, but strands 2 in scoring position and goes hitless in the first. We're tied up at 0s after 1 inning of play. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Scoreless in the front end of the second inning here from Chatham. Manny Garza leads off for YD, or beg your pardon, Ryan Stafford. Garza on deck as Stafford will step into the righty box coming off a hot day at the plate. He got to the plate in the last inning, but did not get a full at-bat in after Brady Day was caught stealing partway through it. Stafford will have the bases clear now for Tanner Witt. Leaning forward, he brings the glove over the head in the wind. The first pitch. Stafford takes the ball inside. 1-0 the count. Tanner Witt gave up a leadoff single, but got out of that first inning in just 8 pitches and in only 3 batters. 1-0 pitch on the way. And he spiked it in the dirt at 87. 2 balls, no strikes.
Stafford plays at Cal Poly. Was a member of the Team USA Collegiate National Team, took a quick 2-week hiatus. Was here at the beginning of the season, made his return recently.
2 for 3 yesterday, reaching base every time. The 2-0 pitch. Pumps it in the air, foul on the right side. That just gets over the screen and out of play. Would not have been playable anyway for Caden Kent at first base. Stafford yesterday a fielder's choice, a walk, a hit by pitch in addition to his 2 singles. Into the wind, the 2-1 pitch. Fastball high, 3-1. He also drove in both of YD's runs and a 2 RBI single in the 5th yesterday, and an otherwise anemic day at the plate for the Red Sox, who lost a close one 3-2 to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Stafford ahead 3-1, the pitch. Ball 4 up high. First free pass issued by Tanner Witt, and the Red Sox for the second straight inning had the leadoff man aboard. Manny Garza trying to break this scoreless tie in the top of the second inning. Nobody out and a runner on first for the catcher out of Rice. Out of Rio Grande City, Texas.
Speaking of ties, Chatham did it yesterday versus Kitei. They were down 12-2, came back and tied it 12-12 in the 9th before the game was called for darkness with the bases loaded for Chatham.
First pitch on the way to Garza. He takes the ball outside in the other batter's box, 1-0. It's felt like nothing has gone the way of the Anglers this season when it's been a question of luck. Muster a 10-run comeback and don't end up with the victory. Ball and no strikes to Garza, the pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball away, got Garza to chase, and it's a ball and a strike. Interesting note from the CCBL stat archives earlier today that there were over 140 teams that trailed in the point streak era by 10 or more runs in a Cape League game. And until yesterday, since 2011, none of them had not lost. 1-1 pitch flies high and away, 2 balls and a strike. So obviously Chatham wanting to get the win yesterday with that bases loaded situation, but certainly not a comeback to sneeze at after they were down 12-2 when they tied the league's best team, the Kituitt Kettleers. 2 balls and a strike to Manny Garza. A high stretch as Witt sets and deals. Garza jams it foul. Into the screen, 2-2. Garza 2 for his first 7 on Cape. He's driven in 1 run. Runner on first, nobody out in a 0-0 game in the top of the second. Righty on lefty. Couple of Lone Star Staters. Witt dealing to Garza. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got the fastball by him. Second strikeout for Tanner Witt. And in the top of the second inning, there's 1 away. Xander Darby, the YD first baseman today, now digging in. UC Santa Barbara Gaucho hitting .246 this season. Darby hitting the 2-hole yesterday. Hit a double and scored a run. It was his only hit. Outside of that, he was 0 for 4. Very short lead on first from Ryan Stafford. First pitch on the way. Sinks low for ball 1. Darby's usual spot at third base for YD. He's played at first base for the Red Sox this season, but he's been predominantly in the hot corner. That space occupied today by Theo Hardy for the Red Sox. What we've called over the past few days an overcrowded infield for YD. Runner goes. The 1-0 pitch is flown in the air. Foul ground on the left side, giving chase from third, Aiden Miola. And he makes the catch in foul territory to retire Xander Darby. So an infield pop-up is the second out of the inning, and now for the second straight inning, the Red Sox are at risk of getting the leadoff man aboard and not getting him past first base. Ryan Jackson be relied on to extend the inning. USC Trojan playing it short today. Jackson was not in the lineup yesterday. His last appearance coming as a pinch hitter 2 days ago. Was 1 for 2 against Brewster. Pickoff move over to first, and Stafford slides back head first safely. No score between the Red Sox and the Chatham Anglers as the lights begin to flick on here from a pretty crowded Veterans Field. Witt's first pitch comes in, and it's lifted in the air. This might barely escape the infield, but coming over from second base, Martin Grudzalanek makes the catch right on the corner of the dirt and the foul line, and that retires the side. So the Red Sox bring up 4 in the inning, but still can't get a man past first base. It's 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network.
University of Hawaii, number 10.
Kyson Donahue out of the University of Hawaii leads off for Chatham. The lefty hitting .219 on the season. Facing off against Finnegan Wall, who threw 18 pitches in the first and retired the side, stranding 2 in scoring position despite not giving up a hit. 2 free passes from the right-hander for YD. First pitch on the way. Donahue takes a back foot breaking ball, 1-0. He hit a batter, gave up a walk, but Finnegan Wall got a looking strikeout against Zach McDonald to end the first. We're scoreless here in the bottom of the second inning. Ball and no strikes from the wind. The pitch misses off the plate, 2-0. Now the 2-0 pitch comes in, and it's flown pretty deep out towards left field. R.J. Austin floating back on it at the wall. He makes the catch. Took a couple of steps in. Bit of a deep job from the YD left fielder. That's the first out of the inning.
Number 17, Aiden Miola.
Bases empty, 1 gone for Aiden Miola. Miola, another Oklahoma State Cowboy. First pitch to the righty. And he takes a strike burned over the outer half of the plate, 0-1. 3 Cowboys in the starting lineup for this Chatham Anglers team under Marty Lee's acting manager. 0-1 pitch, and he crushes this one towards center field. Racing back on it, Apodaca at the wall. He makes the catch. Deepest part of the ballpark that time Miola was working with, and just got underneath it a little bit too much. The exit velo high, but it's a loud second out.
That's a home run anywhere else in the field but dead center, and Enzo Apodaca had it the whole way. Back in center field, we've seen him in left and right recently, but not out in center. That's where he likes to play most.
First pitch is swung on and missed to Hudson White, the Chatham catcher, 0-1. This field has interesting dimensions in Chatham as the 0-1 pitch comes in. High and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's 3-14 down the line in right. This is a place where lefties can have a field day. Over 380 feet to straightaway center. It looks honestly even deeper than that. 1-1 pitch on the way. White gets a piece of it. Lost his top hand of the bat there and couldn't get full wood on that pitch, so it's a ball and 2 strikes. It's over 340 out in left field as the 1-2 comes in, and it's a bouncer that trickles away from Manny Garza over towards the YD dugout. 2 balls and 2 strikes in a scoreless game in the bottom of the second. Base is empty. 2 away for Hudson White. Third batter to come to the plate in the inning. Finnegan Wall trying to get through this second clean. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Took him just 10 pitches, and he gets through the bottom of the second. Finnegan Wall gets his second strikeout and places his stamp on the inning as we head to the third. Red Sox will bring 8-9-1 up in the order. Apodaca, Hardy, and Day due up when we return. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Enzo Apodaca leading off for YD in the top of the third inning. No score between the Red Sox and the Chatham Anglers. In the final trip for YD to Veterans Field this season. Third time the Red Sox have been here. They are 1-1. This is the rubber match at Veterans Field between these two teams. They've met a couple of times in YD. First pitch to Apodaca. A breaking ball rolled over first base side and foul. Caden Kent stumbling over to it and got that ball in the first base coach's box. It'll be 0-1 to Apodaca in the portal out of Gonzaga. Yesterday, Enzo came on as a pinch runner for R.J. Austin in the 9th. Prior to that, he was a pinch hitter for Austin in the 8th inning in a loss against Brewster. It's been a while since he's been in the starting lineup. 0-1, swung on and missed for strike 2. Had to go back to the game against Falmouth. That was the last win for the Red Sox as he hit leadoff. Since then, he has only ever come on as a sub for R.J. Austin. He's down 0-2. Witt winds, kicks, and throws. A breaking ball away, 1-2. Apodaca hitting .303. He'll be at the All-Star game in Harwich on Saturday. It's 2 days from now. Cape League All-Star game. Ball and 2 strikes, and the pitch on the way. Breaking ball reached for, golfed out to shallow center field. McDonald running in. Now he comes to a stop and makes the catch mid-outfield for the first out.
The third baseman from San Jose State.
Soft contact there from Apodaca. That brings up the 9-hitter Theo Hardy. Guy who's been up near the top of the lineup for Scott Pickler predominantly, but was in the 9-hole yesterday. Repeats that here today. One for his first 16. Late addition to this Red Sox roster. No batting gloves in the lefty box. The first pitch, and he pushes it foul into the screen. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, we've gotten together before, but to have, they got your...
Bases empty, 1 away. 0-0, the score between YD and Chatham in the third. Took a while last time we were here to see a run. 0-1 pitch, and he twirls it foul behind home. 0-2. 1 week ago today when the Red Sox were in Chatham, we didn't see a run until the bottom of the 5th, and the Anglers scored 1 in the 5th, 6th, and 7th en route to a 3-0 victory. Witt shakes one, now nods on the second signal ahead 0-2, straight into the wind. Now the pitch, breaking ball way outside. 1-2 to Theo Hardy.
Hardy has seen his name in the lineup every single day since he joined the roster. This is now his 6th game in a YD uniform.
Ball and 2 strikes. The pitch hits it on the ground over towards second. Martin Grudzalanek waits on it and sidearms over to first for the second out of the inning. That brings up the top of the order for YD, as the Red Sox look to avoid the 1-2-3 inning for the first time. Brady Day is 1 for 1 in this game with a single back in the first inning. Red Sox have put the leadoff man on in each of the first 2. That's been the only base runner they've had in each inning so far. Day, the draft choice of the Atlanta Braves, facing off against the draft choice of the Baltimore Orioles. First pitch on the way up high. Look out. He leans out of the way, 1-0. Oh, I beg your pardon. It was Dub Gleed, actually. He was pinch hitting. Couldn't see that from up here. And Scott Pickler goes to his bench rather early. Interesting. Went over a lot of people's heads, I think, here. Here's the next pitch on the way to Gleed, and he pushes it foul over the screen on the right side. Interesting. So Gleed pinch hits here in the third.
Not really sure what to say about that. Seems really early. It might have been premeditated or maybe Day.
1-2, soft contact in the air to third base. Catch made by Miola, and that ends the inning. See if we can figure out any sort of clarity about the situation that just unfolded with Dub Gleed pinch hitting for Brady Day, but that's the top of the third. YD remains scoreless, as does Chatham. Anglers look to break the scoreless tie in the bottom of the third. When we come back, you're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Scoreless game in the bottom of the third inning from Veterans Field in Chatham. Luke West Poley, Perri Kitei with you as always as the Red Sox begin a bit of a road trip. They won't be back at home until Monday. Finnegan Wall's first pitch is on the way, and it sinks down low in the dirt for ball 1-2. Derek Fabian, final batter in Chatham order that's coming to the plate for the first time. Anglers went down 1-2-3 with the 6, 7, 8 guys last inning. 1-0 pitch. Low again, 2 balls, no strikes. 2 strikeouts so far for Finnegan Wall. Hasn't given up a hit. He's walked a batter, hit a batter, and given up a fielder's choice, but it's been pretty good. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. 88 miles an hour, not a ton of heat necessarily, but got it by Fabian there. 2 balls and a strike. The pump and the pitch, and it's in there for strike 2. Fabian played last summer at Florida, transferring to play next season for the Auburn Tigers. 2-2 count, the pitch. Down low for ball 3. 3 identical balls during this at-bat to Derek Fabian. And so the count is full to the leadoff man. A breath taken by Finnegan Wall. He winds and deals. And it's fought off foul up in the air on the right side. This will slice out of play. Still 3-2. Fabian digs back into the righty box. It's a righty-on-righty matchup to the 404 hitter, making his 15th appearance. The payoff pitch, high for ball 4. Second walk issued through the first time in the order by Finnegan Wall. And that brings up the top of the order. Caden Kent grounded out to second base to start off Chatham's day at the plate. Turns to the plate for the second time. Runner on first, nobody out. 0-0 our score. Whitey with one hit. Chatham still yet to get one. Anglers didn't ignite yesterday until the late innings when they erased a 10-run deficit. First pitch is on the way, and it's taken in the other batter's box for ball one. Caden Kent wiggling the bat. Now gets the pitch. It's a strike on the upper outside corner. A ball and one strike to the Aggie from Texas A&M. Finnegan Wall has been almost a strikeout and a half per inning guy this season. He's collected one strikeout in each of the first two in this one, the 1-1 pitch. High at the letters, 2-1. A little bit around the zone. Sky beginning to darken here in Chatham. Clouds periodically dotting the sky, but pretty clear. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch to Kent comes home, and this one ripped right side through the gap in the infield. That's a base hit. Bounding around second base, heading for third. Fabian will reach there safely as the throw comes in to the infield to stop the runners as they're on the corners. That's the first hit of the game from the Anglers, from the man at the top of their order, Caden Kent. And now Bryce Martin Grudzalanek could score a run if he gets the ball in play.
First time either team has had a runner on third. This one has been relatively quiet through 2.5.
YD's 2 base runners have not gotten past first base. They are on the corners against Finnegan Wall. Martin Grudzalanek got hit by a pitch, abbreviated his first plate appearance. Middle infield pinch slightly for YD. First pitch on the way, and Martin Grudzalanek takes ball one. When bouncing on the home plate rubber, 1-0. Martin Grudzalanek out of USC. From San Diego, California. Spent his freshman year at UCLA. Didn't appear in a game for the Bruins before transferring to their in-conference rival. Throw over to first by Wall. Just to check the runner, Gleed does not apply a tag on a sliding Caden Kent. Runners on the corners as Chatham tries to break a scoreless tie with nobody out in the bottom of the third. 1-0 to Martin Grudzalanek. Front doors in for strike one.
Should also be noted that defensively, with Gleed coming in for Day, he's taken over at first. Darby's back at third, where we're used to seeing him. Jackson at second, and Theo Hardy over at short, where he's been the last number of games.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. This one lined over towards short. It's caught in the air. The throw back towards first is not in time by Ryan Jackson, but the runner does hold at third. And Jackson makes a nice play. Caught that ball right before it would have hit the ground. If he dropped it, he could have turned a double play, but a run would have scored. He makes the play there and nearly turned that 6-3 to get the double play. Instead, though, YD gets just 1 out, but they do keep the run off the board. They're still on the corners now for Tyler Wolford, who reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. 1 away in a scoreless game. Trojan to Trojan there as Martin Grudzalanek lines out to his college teammate. Righty on righty now for Finnegan Wall as he drops the glove to the letters and deals the first pitch. It is spun foul out of play behind home. Wolford probably should have been thrown out on a double play his last time up, but the throw tugged Xander Darby off the bag. No balls and a strike. Pitch to Wolford. This is just off the plate, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Wall sets and throws. This one popped up towards right field, racing in on it. Ryan Stafford has it drop in front of him for a base hit. Now he fumbles around with it as the runner comes around second, and over to third goes Kent as Fabian scores. And Chatham strikes first in the third inning. It's 1-0 Anglers.
Now batting for Chatham, the designated hitter.
Beg your pardon about that play a little bit ago as Jackson moved over to second, as talked about those defensive subs. Theo Hardy over short, as was mentioned. Nolan Schubert coming up now. Runners on the corners, still with just one out, as Chatham has struck first, making 1-0 Anglers in the bottom of inning number 3. Schubert worked the walk his first time up at the plate. Look over at first, and now the set by Finnegan Wall. He will throw over to first to check on the runner. So Tyler Wolford picks up the RBI for the Anglers. Pitch dealt in, and it misses for a ball against Schubert. Wolford picks up his 5th RBI of the year on his 7th hit. 1-0 the count to the tall lefty Nolan Schubert. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Went golfing at that one, might have had a piece of it, very small one. That evens the count at 1-1. Grassy hill from center, stretching over to right here at Veterans Field, is crowding with fans as this game goes along. Be making our way into the middle innings shortly. They're on the corners with one out in the bottom of the third. 1-1. Breaks down low. 2 balls and 1 strike to Schubert. Wall retired the 5 through 8 hitters in the order without much trouble his first time through. Looking to get to that point with Zach McDonald on deck. 2 balls, 1 strike to Schubert. The pitch. This one hit well out towards right center field. Apodaca going back on it at the wall, and he makes the catch in right center. Crashes into the fence. Runner tagging from third and scoring. And that will make it, or rather, that will end the inning. Behind on that one, I apologize. That's the 3rd out. And that makes it a 2-0 game led by Chatham in the 3rd. So as we head to the 4th, you're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network.
The designated hitter, number 44. Hunter
Top of the
Hines.
4th, Hunter Hines leading off at Chatham. I was going to say Chatham Field, at Veterans Field. Hunter Hines in the 2nd spot in the lineup today. Interesting end to the last inning, as I believe a runner left early and YD threw behind him. First pitch strike comes into Hines. Her view is obstructed slightly, but now cleared up. Witt nods now into the wind. The 0-1, a check swing from Hines falls in the dirt. Count moves to 1-1. Hines went down in his first at-bat on a line out. The 1-1 bounces again, identical pitch, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, so apologize. So we do have the confirmation now that that was a double play. The runs scored on that play on the sac fly before the second out was recorded, so that's why it's 2-0. But it did get the double play at first as the runner left early. It got totally crossed up by that. Apologize.
The 2-1 from Witt. The curve falls just high, 3 balls and a strike. Hines does his best hitting when ahead in the count, forces opposing pitchers to leave it over the plate. He's been noticeably pitched around as of late. It's been keeping his home run numbers down. The 3-1 comes in and is flown a mile high and out of play as it reaches above the YD dugout. Was left over the plate, but Hines couldn't come to square it around as he runs the count full.
Remember, it was a 3-1 count when Hines hit that bomb of a home run here in Chatham last time.
Taps the plate and now readies himself, leaning back in the lefty box. Witt has the gloves at the hips squared up. Now nods into the wind, the payoff. Popped foul once again, this time over our heads in the opposite direction. And the count will stay the same. The sun is setting, some orange clouds coming over the sky, a very clear, beautiful night. Temperature is cooling off. It's crowded as always as we've reached the end of July. This is peak summer in Cape Cod. The rain that plagued this league over the last couple of weeks has cleared out for the most part this week. It's been sunny. The pitch from Witt hit well out towards right center field, going back to the wall, and McDonald makes the grab at the warning track. Looked good off the bat and floated up there a little bit too long as Hines is retired on the deep fly.
If you're a lefty pull hitter, hit that ball to the wall. If that gets any more towards right field and less towards center, it's getting out, but a little bit too much towards the deepest part of the ballpark there from Hines.
First pitch on the way to RJ Austin, and he's rips it on the ground through the gap into center field. He's aboard with a base hit. That's exactly why Coach Pickler moved him down in the lineup today. Austin's been the best contact hitter for the Red Sox this season. He's one of 2 all-star starters alongside Hines, and adding a boost here with 1 gone, now 1 runner aboard.
Yeah, and right behind him, your 4-hitter Ryan Stafford with that runner on first. He's not a guy that's necessarily going to hit a bunch of home runs for you like a 4-hitter might, but a guy that's capable of spraying a gap here and maybe getting a run in from first with a double.
Witt taking his time, first pitch on the way. Comes into the zone for strike 1. Witt delivers from directly over his head. It looks almost like a bowl in cricket. And that with the stature difference on Stafford, that pitch is coming in on a really high angle. So the 0-1 is swung on and missed that one a little bit higher in the zone, possibly above it, but Stafford goes chasing. He's down 0-2. We've seen Coach Pickler go to the hit and run already today a couple of times. Day was caught stealing. Stafford, last time he was on the bag, had to return after the hit and run was fouled off. The pickoff comes in towards first. The tag applied, but not in time. Austin back safely on the head first dive. 0-2 with 1 gone. Chatham leads 2-0 in the top of the 4th. Stafford with the black barrel tan bat. A glint of a gold detail. White gloves. The 0-2 pitch falls away for ball 1. 89 miles an hour for the righty out of Texas. That's been his golden number all day. Austin retakes the lead. Kent guarding him closely on the bag. Witt continues to check him regularly. The 1-2 curves into the zone for a called strike 3. A beautiful vertical break. Gets Stafford, and that's the second out of the inning. Brings up Manny Garza, who went down swinging after getting ahead in the count 3-1. Witt pitched his way back into it and sent Garza back to the dugout on strikes. Austin retakes the lead once again. First pitch, Garza hops away from it as it falls inside for ball 1. Witt tosses the ball up and down in his glove, spinning it in the back hand before resetting. Pitch on the way, falls on that inside half of the plate, strike 1. The outfield almost all the way back to the warning track. Austin shuffling around on first, trying to draw attention from Witt. A deep breath. Now he kicks and delivers as the 1-1 falls inside once again. Garza scooting away. 2 balls and a strike. The lefty out of Rice leans back into his stance, waving the mahogany bat. Pitch on the way, he ripped into center field on a line. Austin is rounding second, he trips up, heads to third on a big round around the bag. But he dives back safely as the throw was coming into third. Nice piece of hitting from Manny Garza. Just solid barrel contact straight away center.
Yeah, Garza got a good piece of that ball and got ahead in that count. Worked a nice at bat. RJ Austin probably would have had third there if he didn't trip, but still a chance for Xander Darby to get that 2-out RBI.
Fresh count to yet another lefty, this one out of UCSB, the Gaucho. California native, first pitch on the way, falls below the knees for ball 1. Witt's go-to is that slider that's running in on the lefty-heavy lineup. Witt fires away in the righty box, 2 balls, no strikes.
A 4-pitch mix for Tanner Witt. Had Tommy John surgery in 2022. Recovered from that. Pitched a little bit for Texas this spring.
The 2-0 drops low. White can't frame it up. Darby ahead 3-0. Ryan Jackson on deck if it gets there. YD is a dangerous team with 2 outs. Once they start stringing together hits, Austin, now Garza, they build off each other. The 3-0 green light into left field on a line. Austin's helmet falls off as he rounds third. The throw comes in. Garza held up at second, and YD gets one back. The score is 2-1.
How about giving your contact guys the green light? Xander Darby took a pitch that probably would have been ball 4 there and liked it at the shoulders, went the opposite way with it, hit it hard enough to get RJ Austin in from third. And finally, some signs of life from this YD offense that has put together a bit of a rally. They had that 1 inning yesterday, but see if Ryan Jackson now could do some more 2-out damage as we get a meeting on the mound for the Anglers.
Marty Lees is out there. We saw Pat on the bat come to Tanner Witt. Can't see if there's anyone warming in the Chatham bullpen, but looks like Witt will stay out there as Lees returns to the dugout. Jackson 0 for 1 with a flyout. 2-1 Chatham. Runners on first and second for the Red Sox, who have put up 3 hits in the inning. After getting out to a slow start, couple of singles. RBI from Xander Darby. We've seen a lot of YD batters go up in that zone. When you get the fastball a little bit below the shoulders, it's a good one to hit on the line because it forces you to square the bat. As the first pitch curve drops in the zone for strike 1 to Jackson.
Some guys like that pitch up and away because you can really extend your hands through it, and if you get good contact on it, it's pretty much a guaranteed base hit to the opposite field every time.
Lees checks his lead on second. The 0-1 bunt squared and pulled back. That came in there for a called strike 2. So Jackson down in the count. Trying to tie this one up, could do so with one swing. Witt has a glove at the hit, now set. Deep breath, shoulders move, kick, deals. Ball 1 drops below the knees. Not a bad strikeout pitch, but Jackson saw it all the way. Not even a little bit of movement in the shoulders from the righty out of USC. Witt nods, the runners have their leads. Jackson set, the 1-2 gets away, the runners will advance as ball 2 comes in the dirt, sneaks past the glove of Hudson White. Now 2 in scoring position for the Red Sox. Two balls, 2 strikes to Jackson. Top of the order on deck. Excuse me, no, it's not. I'm so used to Enzo being up there at the top that I saw him in the circle. He's batting in the 8th spot today. Jackson 7. 2-2 pitch on the way. Hammered into right field on a line. That'll score at least 1. Darby rounding third, coming to home, and the throw sails over White's head. Jackson reaches second, and YD takes the lead. It's 3-2.
That is a professional at-bat from Ryan Jackson. 2 strikes on. You take a couple of pitches. You get lucky as one of them gets away. That changes your mentality mid-at-bat, bringing that second runner into scoring position. And he goes to the opposite field for the 2 RBI single, and this is the best rally we've seen from YD in 1 inning in a couple of games.
We said it, Luke. They do their most damage on 2 outs. 4 hits in a row now for the Red Sox. Witt hasn't been giving up the free passes, but YD battling in these at-bats, seeing it well. All this contact on a line as Apodaca takes a first pitch ball. Now Jackson's in scoring position over on second as YD leads for the first time in a long time. The last one here at Chatham was a quick one. Quickest game of the season was just 2 hours and 10 minutes. As YD took the close loss in that one. Apodaca on the ground to second. This should be it. The toss from Martin Grudzelanek well in time, but the damage has been done. YD takes the lead. They put 3 up in the top of the 4th, and we'll head to the second half when we come back on the Cape League Broadcast Network.
Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business.
Our Savior Shea.
Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $20.
Zach McDonald leads off for the Anglers as they now face a deficit. YD leads 3-2. Wall deals a first pitch fastball at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. McDonald toes at that front line in the box, all the way crowded up to the edge of the plate as the 0-1 comes in and drops low. A ball and a strike. McDonald out of Luke's University, Miami University in Ohio.
Yes, sir.
Mac Legend, the 1-1 swung on and missed, huge cut. Underneath it, count moves to 1-2.
You heard it here first that the Hawks are winning 35-plus games next year.
That's a pipe dream. The 1-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. Finnegan Wall gets him on strikes for the first out of the inning as he brings the momentum from the top into the bottom and quickly retires. McDonald bringing up Kyson Donahue.
That was the best at bat that Wall has had all game. I mean, there was very little chance, I should say, for McDonald to do anything there. It's just peppering the zone, getting that swing and miss, and was untouched through 3 pitches.
First pitch ball drops just below the zone as Donahue holds off. Plays at the University of Hawaii. He's a native of Honolulu in Oahu. The 1-0 comes in, fastball right down the heart for strike 1. Donahue was an All-Big West honorable mention at Hawaii Manoa. Was also an All-Big West honorable mention in 2022. Next pitch comes in just below the zone once again. 2 balls and a strike with 1 gone in the bottom of the 4th. The Red Sox leading 3-2 at Veterans Field. Evenly spaced infield. Wall set now, kicks and delivers. Swung on sharply out towards right field, and it's out of here. Onto the hill as Kyson Donahue ties it up with ease. The solo shot from the lefty out of Hawaii has the score at 3-3 at Veterans Field.
Looked like such a casual swing, but that ball was a missile off the bat. And it only accelerated as it made its way out over the right center fence. A no doubter from Donahue, and as the Red Sox have seen a couple of times over this losing streak, a lead that they've gotten has been pretty short-lived.
Often doesn't make it through the inning as the first pitch comes in away to Aiden Miola. Three hits, 3 runs for the Anglers. They've benefited from a number of free passes as ball 2 drops in the dirt in that lefty box, nicely backed up by Garza. Miola shuffling around at the front of the righty box, wiggling the tan bat. Garza wants a talk with his pitcher. There's some throwing going on starting up in the YD bullpen. For the most part, we've seen YD starters go through either 4 or 5. Depending on how this one goes, we could see Wall pulled after this one. If he makes the rest of it quick, we might see him again in the top of the 5th. His pitch count relatively low up to this point, only around 55. The 2-0 pushed foul and out of play for strike 1. Heard a low-pitched "oh" in the crowd. Not sure if that hit a person or somebody's car. Wall fires, popped up foul again, out of play, 2-2.
And a lot of souvenirs in this one, especially on that right side. If you're waiting in the stands, there's a lot of people out there that are standing around in that grass.
There's also a playground over there, a lot of kids running around. The 2-2 comes in, pushed foul, and once again out of play on that right side. Spectators scurrying out of the way. 3 identical foul balls from Aiden Miola. Count stays at 2-2 with 1 gone. Wall motionless, now into the wind. He fires just off the plate. Count runs full.
Miola's making him work.
3 on the left side of second. Gleed, the lone defender between first and second. The payoff. Popped up a mile high into the infield. Underneath it, Jackson makes the grab. Shifted over right behind the bag, perfectly placed. Though there was plenty of time for anyone to get over there, as out number 2 is retired. Two gone for Hudson White, who went down swinging his first time around. As Chatham is almost all the way through the second part of the order, first pitch comes in, check swing, and he went around for strike 1. The sword swing moves Wall ahead. White, a really wide stance. As the 0-1 popped up and spinning foul. Out of play over the fence. Initially fair, but had violent side spin on it. Count moves to 0-2. His back foot is on the back line of the box. That front foot almost at the front as the 0-2 drops low for ball 1.
Wall has mixed in that low breaking ball, but I think part of the reason why his strikeout numbers are so high is he's not afraid, even when he's ahead in the count, to throw a pitch in the zone and just try to go strength against strength and beat the hitter.
The 1-2 once again bounces in the dirt. Count evens up at 2-2 with 2 gone. Coming into the bottom, YD led 3-2. Donahue tied it up on the solo shot. It's at 3-3. Wall fires. Soft contact on the ground. It was fouled off his foot. It went so far it looked like a miss hit as White takes a couple of steps to walk that one off. I'm always so impressed with how easily these guys wear the pain of either a hit by pitch or fouling it into yourself. They make it look like it doesn't hurt. You take one 90 miles an hour to the arm, to the foot. They just shake it off like it's nothing. Wall throws, swung on and missed, foul tip into the glove of Garza. Second time today we've seen White lose a hand on the swing, lost control, and Garza closes it out to squeeze the third strike. Score is 3-3, tied up at Veterans Field as we head to the top of the 5th on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Top of the fifth, Tommy Molsky now on the bump for the Anglers out of Penn State. The 6'1" right-handed pitcher played last summer with Chatham, made 5 appearances out of the bullpen. He's back this summer. Played in 15 games for Penn State, 6 starts, 3 wins, 36 strikeouts, and 42.2 innings pitched. This is Molsky's 7th appearance for the Anglers. He started 2 games, gone 16 1/3 innings. ERA at 9.36, so the 2 guys with sky-high ERAs making appearances today, but they've kept YD relatively in check. The score is 3-3. As we are closing in on the halfway point of this one, Theo Hardy leads off. First pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Hardy was well ahead of the breaking ball. Said it was 7 miles an hour. Maybe it was 70, maybe it was none of the above. Regardless, strike 1 to the lefty out of San Jose State. Molsky deals, bunt is shown as ball 1 is in the opposite box.
You think you could throw a ball 7 miles an hour and have it go the full 60 feet 6 inches from the mound to the plate?
I don't think so.
Is that physically possible with
I actually
Earth's
do not
gravity?
believe so. The 1-1 bunt's shown and is laid down, but foul. Hardy has laid down a couple of nice bunts, usually, however, in sacrifice situations, not with the bases clear. But if the infield's playing deep, gives you a better chance making it down there. He's done a nice job laying it right up the third baseline.
Try to shake the confidence of a reliever, steal a hit from him if you're the first batter coming into the game.
A ball and 2 strikes. The corners are back at depth. Molsky into the wind. He delivers. Sky high, ball 2. Hardy taps the plate, reset, moving that bat in a circular motion as the 2-2 comes in at the shoulders to move the count full. Now the top of the order is on deck with Dub Gleed. Came in the 3rd. The payoff on the ground towards 3rd, scooped up on the charge by Miola, but the throw is wild to Caden Kent. Hardy is sprinting around and gets to 2nd, standing up. That'll be an E5, and Hardy's aboard 2nd.
Yeah, that throw, not sure what the thought process was from Miola, but he had a lot more velocity behind it throwing to 1st than he needed, and might have contributed to him just grip locking that baseball and throwing it by his first baseman. He threw that ball really, really hard.
Brings up Dub Gleed with a runner in scoring position, nobody gone. YD now going to try to take advantage of the gift from Chatham. First pitch on the way, hammered out towards left field, but foul. Man, that ball was crushed. Unfortunately for Gleed, just turns into strike 1. Molsky swinging that right hand as he adjusts his hat. Gleed resets in the box. Chatham in the white pinstripes with the blue script across the chest. Red numbers, YD in the away Reds. The 0-1 falls off the plate, counts even 1-1.
Seagull has made its way to the field in Chatham.
Martin Grudzelanek, the closest to Hardy at 2nd, who retakes his lead. Not a huge one. Molsky staring dead ahead at Gleed. Now crouches, set, checks the runners. And the batter calls time to reset himself. Gleed steps out, holds the bat vertical, gives it a good look, and now swings back into his load. The 1-1 in the opposite box once again, ball 2. 2 errors for Chatham, 5 hits for YD have combined to make those 3 runs. Olski looking back and forth now, kicks the bunt, laid down, up the third baseline. Gleed beats it out as Miola just eats it. He didn't even make the throw. I thought he had time, but a bunt single for Dub Gleed. Hardy over to third, runners on the corners for Hunter Hines.
It looked like Miola made that decision after ball got stuck in his glove that it was better to just hold on to it than to try to rush another throw to first like he just committed an error on, and lets Gleed reach on the bunt hit.
Two aboard, nobody out for Hunter Hines. First pitch on the way, on the ground, this could be two. Scoop by Martin Grudzelanic, there's one at second, and the throw is well in time to first. The go-ahead run comes across, but empties the bases with 2 outs now.
Chatham's been a double play machine on defense. That's now their 7th game in a row that they've turned a double play.
Four, 6-3 double play empties the bases for Austin, who swings away at pitch 1 for strike 1. A lot of power behind that. He was left spinning away. Moving quickly now, Molsky the 0-1. Down the heart of the plate, Austin quickly down 0-2. Austin puts it on the ground towards second. Martin Grudzelanic has it. The throw's in time. 3 quick outs, but YD gets one across. They take the lead. It's 4-3 at Veterans Field. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Derek Fabian leads off, facing off against Finnegan Wall, who is back for his 5th inning of work as YD has once again taken a 1-run lead. Fabian holds off on a first pitch breaking ball in there for strike 1. YD came into the 4th with a 1-run lead. It was quickly erased, trying to hold on to this one as ball 1 drops low below the knees. Counts even 1-1. The infield slightly shifted to the pull side, as is the outfield, as the 1-1 comes in low and away for ball 2. Fabian sweeping the bat a couple of times, now set. The kick and deal from Wall popped up into shallow infield. Gleed barely has to move underneath it for out number 1. A nice first out quickly for Finnegan. Wall forces that miscontact. Really easy out for number 1, Caden Kent. Now batting at the top of the order, 3rd time through for the Anglers. Pitch on the way, low for ball 1. Haven't seen any more defensive subs or otherwise substitutions for YD since Gleed came in for Day. As ball 2 comes in low. Jackson out in shallow right field with the shift in play. Everybody else standing normally. Wall fires. Low again, trickles past Garza. Ball 3. Kent ahead 3-0 with 1 gone. As the Red Sox lead 4-3. Bottom of the 5th, we're halfway home. It's been an hour and 21 minutes of game time. The pitch off the plate, ball 4. Looked like it could have clipped that outside half. Instead, it's a 4-pitch walk for Caden Kent. So the A's get one on first for Bryce Martin Grudzelanek.
Bryce Martin Grudzelanek.
Martin Grudzelanek, the son of Mark Grudzelanek, and former MLB player for 15 years. First pitch popped up a mile high, again towards Gleed. Kent hustles back to the bag as Gleed squeezes it for out number 2. Deja vu from out number 1. And there's 2 gone for Tyler Wolfert.
From Oklahoma State, number 5.
Other than that home run, Finnegan Wall's done a really, really nice job limiting that hard contact. He's missed barrels. It hasn't necessarily been as heavy of a strikeout day as he's used to, although he still does have about a strikeout per inning up to this point. Doesn't have one yet here in the 5th.
Tyler Wolfert 1 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice, so he's been aboard in both plate appearances, and he takes ball 1 low. Wall has it back, bouncing it around in the fingers, glove folded to his chest. Locking eyes with Manny Garza. Now checks the runner, Kent swinging his arms over at first. Wall is set. Pick off towards first, a nice move, and the diving Caden Kent back there in time. Two gone YD trying to hang on to the lead for the first time today. The pitch from Wall, just off the plate, ball 2. Wolfert's a more recent addition to the lineup. This is just his 6th game for the A's. The 2-0 comes in. On the ground, Gleed has it. Nice play from the first baseman. Quick reflexes. And it's the one unassisted to retire the side. We head to the top of the 6th as YD maintains the lead. It's 4-3. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Stafford leads off for the Red Sox. And rips it into right field on the first pitch, but Wolfert is there to make the grab. One pitch, one gone for the Red Sox in the top of the 6th.
The catcher, number 26, Manny Garza.
Solid contact, but no angle on it towards the gap as Stafford is retired. Brings up Garza, 1 for 2. Strikeout swinging and a single his last time around. Put it on a line to center field as the first pitch comes in, and he holds off as it's in the opposite box for ball 1. Molsky fires, and it's pushed foul into the backstop. As Garza moves the count to 1-1. YD leads 4-3. And the 1-1 comes in, the curve drops into the heart of the zone for strike 2. There's a lot of space up the middle right now as Fabian is pulled slightly towards third, the opposite side. Molsky into the wind, he fires, and it's ripped into right field. This is gonna be extra bases, it's down the line. Garza going around first, it's all the way at the wall. He's safely aboard second. If it was a faster runner, it would be a no-doubt triple, but Garza is A-OK with the double. 1 gone, 1 in scoring position now for Xander Darby.
The third baseman, number 12, Xander Darby.
Just a good rip from Manny. He's got back-to-back hits now and really seems to be hitting his stride is why he's going to pinch run for him.
That's Paxton Kling over at second base coming in, so we will see Ryan Stafford behind the plate and Kling either in right or center at the bottom half of the inning, but we'll wait on that as the first pitch comes in high to Darby for ball 1. Darby swung away on a 3-0 count. Ripped it for a liner single into left field. Scored 1 as ball 2 is in the opposite box. Kling having a chat with Fabian. Ball 3 comes in at the letters, and Darby again ahead 2-0 and 3 count. Or a 3-0 count. Swinging the bat below his knees. Molsky set, he fires. This time no green light, Darby holds off ball 4. Runners on first and second.
Brought the breaking ball in there, nothing to swing at that time for Darby.
Ryan Jackson at the plate. 2 RBIs on the single that he cracked in the last one. YD put up 3 in the top of the 4th, or 1 in the top of the 5th, as Jackson pushes the first pitch foul for strike 1. Counts 0-1 with 1 out. YD still leads 4-3. Runners on first and second. Paxton Kling is the lead. The 0-1 popped up and out of play. 2 foul balls, 2 strikes. To the middle infielder. Jackson going into his senior year, native of Brentwood, California in LA. The 0-2, he holds off, it falls away, counts 1-2. Kling jumping around on second. Stafford squares up the bat. Now he's set, wiggling it slightly as the 1-2 comes in and drops low to even it up at 2. The 2-2 ripped out towards center. Looks like it might drop, and it does. The stop sign is not put up. Kling going to the plate. The throw is not in time. Pickler thought about it, but Kling had no hesitation coming around third, so he starts waving his hand anyways. Darby advances to second, and Jackson has his 3rd RBI of the day as YD moves ahead 5-3.
Yeah, that's just really, really good base running by Paxton Kling. Derek Fabian tried to deke him there. That ball was dying towards the middle of the shallow outfield, and Fabian tried to act like it was playable in the infield by throwing his hands up and looking as if he was going to make the catch, but Kling was not fooled. He was running on contact and came all the way around to score easily.
First pitch swung on and missed to Apodaca for strike 1. Jackson now has fallen behind in 2 different counts and come back to put some YD runners across. The 2-run lead now. Second pitch comes in, and Apodaca puts it on the ground up the middle. The throw onto first is in time. It was the only play available as Jackson was already most of the way to second, and Fabian's momentum was taking his weight over towards the bag. 2 gone now for Theo Hardy in the bottom of the YD order with runners on second and third. Hardy is 0 for 2, but reached second on a throwing error from Miola his last time at the bag. First pitch on the way from Molsky, check swing, called strike 1. Pickler and Darby having a conversation at third. Jackson with the lead at second. Molsky set at the belt, now he delivers. Jackson shows bunt and pulls back, as ball 1 is in the opposite box. Miola now slightly pulled in, protecting against the bunt, as Jackson winds the bat a couple of times, now wipes his hand on his pants and resets. The 1-1 bumped foul into the backstop. Counts 1-2. Hardy had a really nice year at San Jose State, batted .329 in 58 games played. 12 doubles, 4 triples, 2 home runs. More of a contact hitter than a power hitter. Pitch on the way, bumped foul and out of play. Count stays at 1-2. We'll do it again. 2 gone. YD leads 5-3. At the top of the 6th inning. Molsky kicks and deals. Rolled over towards first, scooped, and touching the bag is Caden Kent. Retires the side. YD gets 1 more. They've played it at least 1 run in the last 3 in a row. Heating up as we head to the bottom of the 6th. The score is 5-3 at Veterans Field. Nolan Schubert batting first for the A's in the cleanup spot at the bottom of the 6th as YD extended their lead. It's 5-3 Red Sox as Blake Ida has come in relief. First pitch comes in, it's a ball inside. Had a couple defensive changes as expected. Stafford behind the plate, Kling out in right. Jackson backed up to the shallow outfield as ball 2 comes in on the outside. Schubert 0 for 1, he's walked and flown out. Ida kicks and delivers. Ball 3 at the letters. Schubert had 3-0. Ida pitches, and it's hit high in the air out towards the shallow outfield. Hardy backpedaling, tracking it, and he's called off, but then the ball is dropped as he moved out of the way for Apodaca to come in, but Apodaca did not call the ball, so Schubert reaches second on the error from the YD outfield. It'll be ruled a hit, but by all means, that is an error. Just can't be put on one person on the miscommunication. Hardy made his way all the way out to shallow center field. Apodaca was right behind him, and I think Hardy just assumed Apodaca was calling him off. I didn't see his mouth move. He wasn't moving his arms. Really poor defensive play from YD, as the leadoff runner is now on second base. First pitch strike dealt to Zach McDonald over the heart of the plate. He's been rung up once, went down swinging twice. Or excuse me, went down swinging once for 2 strikeouts. The 0-1, fastball over the middle for strike 2. Ida started off with 3 balls. It would have been a 4th one. Schubert swung, got the green light on the 3-0 count. Really should have been out number 1. 0-2 to McDonald. Pushed to the outfield on the right side. Kling coming in, makes the grab, and Schubert's held up as the throw comes in. Ended up dropping shorter than it looked like it would originally carry, but Kling made his way all the way over there as McDonald goes down on 3 pitches on the fly out to right. Tyson Donahue, home run hitter of the day out of Hawaii, back in the lefty box. He tied this game up at 3 in the 4th. This is his first time back at the plate since then. First pitch on the way, drops low for ball 1. Ida has the glove folded at his shoulder. He nods, now set at the belt. Small lead from Schubert. He checks the 1-0 right down the middle, strike 1.
It's a nasty sweeper from Blake Ida.
Pitch clock under 10 seconds. One of the few ballparks where we can see it. Ida into the motion, and it's fouled off of himself for strike 2. Ida let it wind down to 5 seconds.
Some guys like to live on the edge, some don't.
As Luke has spoken about before, really interesting when you can see the pitch clock, makes it feels like a shot clock in basketball. The 1-2 pushed foul on the opposite side. Count will stay the same. 2 foul balls in a row now from Donahue. A ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Schubert on second. And strike 3 called on the outside half of the plate. 79 miles an hour from Ida. Donahue shaking his head as he heads back to the dugout.
Well, that's paint. And that's just such a tough pitch that we continue to talk about as that ball comes in and is backdooring towards the edge of the zone. It's a left-handed hitter on the outside half and a 2-strike count. You're going to have to swing super late if you want a piece of that ball.
First pitch to Miola runs in on him. He jumps out of the way, ball 1. Ida doing his best to work out of this jam that the center of this field left for him. Could have been 1, 2, 3. Schubert still threatening with Miola, who's 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. And the 1-0 comes in on the outside half, strike 1. Ida continues to take signs from Jackson, who's shifted over as there's 3 on the left side of second. Gleed, the lone defender between first and second. Ida kicks and delivers. The off speed over the center, 79 miles an hour, strike 2.
That sweeper is getting located right now by Blake Ida, and it is nasty, especially to these right-handed hitters.
Ida fires, and it's chopped foul towards his own dugout. Count will stay at 1 and 2.
Tried to do the same thing there and pull the sweeper away, and Miola just reached out and got the bottom of the bat on the ball.
Miola with the black and orange arm guard, representing Oklahoma State. The Cowboy with the black and tan bat, up and down, the 1-2 on the ground towards third. Darby scoops it. The throw across the diamond is just in time. Really a close play, but Darby put it on a line. Laser beam gets out number 3. YD maintains the lead, hangs a 0 for the second inning in a row, and it's 5-3 as we head to the top of the 7th at Veterans Field.
Top of the order coming up to the plate for YD in the top of the 7th inning. Red Sox leading the Chatham Anglers 5-3, and a new arm on the mound for Chatham as Jack Brodsky out of Tampa will take over in the top of the 7th inning his team in a 2-run hold. Dub Gleed leads off for the Red Sox. Came in as a pinch hitter in the 3rd inning for Brady Day after Kansas State Wildcat got 1 at bat. Gleed is 1 for 2 with a single and a pop out to third. Exclusively out of the stretch, Brodsky, the righty, looks on home and deals. Fastball at 91 low for ball 1. Gleed with the bat resting on the shoulder. The nod, the wind, the pitch. This one is crushed out to left field, going way back at the wall, and it's gone. Dub Gleed, a solo shot to left field. It's his 2nd of the season. An absolute rocket over the left field fence, and YD makes it 6-3 in the top of the 7th.
We saw that contact from him earlier, and it trailed foul, but this one stayed in play, and we knew it off the bat. We've been waiting on this, and Gleed delivers to extend the lead.
How about the day Dub Gleed has had off the bench? 2 for 3. And the man out of UC Irvine gives the Red Sox some more insurance. Now the batter, Hunter Hines. He is 0 for 3. And Brodsky's first pitch. Ball in there for strike 1 at 94 miles an hour. That's the fastest pitch we've seen all day. Hines has flown out twice his last time up. He collected a run batted in. He's grounded into a double play. 0-1 to Hunter, and pitch. Swing and a miss. The breaking ball at 87 dropped down low, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Hines, a guy who brings some of that light tower power, looking to tack on some hard contact against Jack Brodsky, who gives up the home run to the first hitter he faces. He kicks and fires. Breaking ball away at 89 miles an hour, 1-2. Brodsky, pretty strong numbers on the year, 2.57 ERA and 10 strikeouts in 7 innings. Used to play Division III ball at Emory before heading down to U Tampa to play for a powerhouse D2 program. 1-2 pitch. Sinker low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's primarily a starter at Emory, transitioned into the closer role at U Tampa, coming on in late relief here for Marty Lees. Base is empty, nobody out to Hunter Hines. The 2-2 pitch comes homeward. Just off the plate, nearly got that one to sneak in the corner. Through the 4-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour, but could not burn the edge. And the count is full to Hines. Standoff between Brodsky and Hines. Looks toward a vacant third base, now nods and throws. Swing and a miss. Got the fastball by him on the full count for the strikeout. And Brodsky bounces back from the home run to lead off the inning with a K against Hunter Hines, the first time Hines has gone down on strikes. R.J. Austin, who is 1 for 3 with a run scored, now coming to the plate. Bases empty, 1 gone. YD now leading 6-3 over Chatham. Red Sox have now scored in the last 4 innings. First pitch to R.J. Takes a strike on the outer corner, 0-1. Red Sox scored 3 in the 4th after trailing 2-0. Chatham scored 2 of their runs in the bottom of the 3rd. Game was then promptly tied in the bottom of the 4th as Chatham got a run to make it 3-3. Next pitch on the way, and it misses down and in to R.J. Austin. It's a ball and a strike.
Austin's retired the bright pink back. He's sticking with the classic light tan.
Used it for a couple of at-bats today on a pretty good day, but switching back as the 1-1 comes in. Floats it foul. Ball and 2 strikes to Austin. As the sky is now a very deep shade of blue, almost pitch black here in Chatham. Crowd has stuck it out here in the top of the 7th inning. Ball and 2 strikes to R.J. Austin. Jack Brodsky set on the bump. Lifts the knee and throws home. Called strike 3 in the outer corner. R.J. Austin does not agree one bit, but it's back-to-back strikeouts for Brodsky here in the 7th.
The catcher, number 7,
And as quickly as YD got that home run, there are now 2 gone in the inning for Ryan Stafford, who has moved from right field to behind the plate for the Red Sox. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Stafford sees the first pitch, and he lines it over to the first base side. It's off the bottom of the glove of Caden Kent and into right field. Kent will go get it himself out in the shallow grass on the right side. We'll check the scorer's decision there. Chatham has already made 2 errors in this game. Could be an argument for hit or error on that one. On a ball hit pretty hard.
Looks
Paxton
like
Kling will come up.
been scored a hit, and I actually agree that ball had nasty side spin, and it twirled away from Kent's glove as he tried to get down to it. It's like the ball spun out of the glove on its own, not necessarily due to the fault of Kent. So Stafford rightfully aboard first, and that was YD's 10th hit of the game. Nice to see them back up in double digits.
Routinely saw that when they were winning. It's been rare to see during this skid. First pitch to Kling. Called a strike in the inner half of the plate, 0-1. Stafford's lead on first base noticeably larger than usual for a guy that doesn't necessarily steal a ton of bags, but we've seen the hit and run with him on base a couple of times. No balls and a strike to Kling in a 6-3 game led by YD. Pickoff to first is a rainbow that pulls Caden Kent off the bag into foul territory, but he recovered it in large part due to that pickoff move likely not being more than 50 or 60 miles an hour over to first. 0-1 to Paxton Kling. The pitch slides off the plate, 1-1. Kling came on as a pinch hitter in the 6th for Manny Garza, and he hit a double, came around to score. That was in the last inning for YD. Another snappier pickoff move this time to first from Brodsky, but Stafford is back in time. One ball and 1 strike to Paxton Kling. Pitch comes in. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 92, and Kling can't connect to it. He's down 1-2. Smoke covering the right side of the field. It's coming from the grill, but thought initially it might be fog because we are at Veterans Field, the fog capital of the Cape Cod Baseball League. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Kling. And pitch. Breaking ball down. White sprawls down to make the block and will hold the runner on first as the count evens up 2-2. Wide gap on the right side of the infield for Paxton Kling, the right-handed swinger. That's his opposite side. Left side playing pretty straight up over at first, Caden Kent. Holding the runner on, Ryan Stafford about 2 steps off first. The pickoff comes over there, and he slides back safely. Jack Brodsky's got a good move, but he's got Ryan Stafford pretty conscious now of the pickoff because he's thrown over there so many times. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Paxton Kling. And pitch off the plate, 3-2. So now Stafford will get a head start. Paxton Kling in a full count with 2 outs. Xander Darby is on deck for YD. Red Sox leading this one 6-3 in the top of the 7th from Veterans Field. Look back at a vacant second base from Brodsky. Now he looks home. Payoff pitch, and it hits him. Kling, who wears no elbow pad, yosses that bat to the side over to the dugout. An emphatic throw from the LSU Tiger. He is put aboard for the 2nd time. And that'll put runners on first and second with 2 away.
The third baseman, number 12, Xander Darby.
Not necessarily errors being made by Chatham right now, but 2 batters now back-to-back on 2 outs that you'd like to have back as Stafford hit a ball that hit off the glove of Caden Kent and got aboard, and then in a 2-strike count, Paxton Kling gets hit. So the inning stays alive for Xander Darby, first and second. First pitch to him, and he takes high at the shoulders for ball 1. 90 miles an hour that time from Brodsky, trying to weave his way out of this. Gave up the leadoff home run, struck out back-to-back batters. Since has given up a base hit and a hit by pitch. They're on first and second with 2 gone in a 6-3 game led by the Red Sox in the top of the 7th. 1-0 the count to Darby. Couple looks back and forth. Now the pitch from Brodsky. And it sinks down low 2-0. Brodsky climbing back on the rubber. Red Sox threatening to score more here. Haven't scored more than 1 run since the 4th inning. 2-0 pitch. Twirled foul right behind home plate. It's 2 balls and a strike. Xander Darby has come up clutch for the Red Sox in this game already. A single in the 4th. Got an RBI as he went after a 3-0 pitch that was up high at his shoulders, and he took it the opposite way into left field. 2 balls and a strike to Darby. From the stretch, a knee lift and a throw over to the shortstop, Derek Fabian, by Jack Brodsky. So that'll reset the timer. 2 balls and a strike still to Darby. Climbs back into the lefty box, righty on lefty. Brodsky comes plateward. So it's popped foul into the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Darby. Brodsky just 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. But YD trying to prolong it as much as they can. They've added an insurance run already off of Dub Gleed's solo shot to lead off the inning. 2-2 the count to Xander Darby. Pitch. Chopper foul on the third base side, and the count remains the same. Darby is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. He's also popped out in foul territory to third. A guy who's been seeing the ball really, really well lately. The average sits at 246. 2 home runs, 7 driven in for the UCSB Gaucho. 2-2 pitch. Outside, full count.
YD has been making Brodsky work for it. He's already up to 25 total pitches in just 1 inning.
Earners will be off with the pitch again. Infield playing straight up, first and second, 2 outs. We'll get a payoff pitch momentarily to Xander Darby. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So that retires the side as we head to the 7th inning stretch from Chatham. But YD tacks on another run on the solo homer from Dub Gleed, and it's 6-3. The Red Sox are out in front. Chatham down to their final 9 outs, and they will bring the 8-9 one-hitters up in the order when we come back. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League, and with 6 convenient urgent care locations across Cape Cod from Thelma to Orleans, we're ready to treat a wide variety of minor illnesses and injuries so you can get back to your regularly scheduled summer plans quickly. Open daily with no appointment needed and staffed by board-certified ER providers. View wait times at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention. Last of the 7th here from Veterans Field, and it's 6-3 YD thanks to an insurance run in the top of the 7th on a solo shot from Dub Gleed. Blake Ida back on the bump, facing off against Hudson White, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Anglers have been scoreless in the last 2. Their last run coming in the 4th inning. 1-0 pitch. Finds the inner corner against White for strike one. Ball and a strike. White has struck out swinging a pair of times in this game. That's all he has to show for it so far. The 111 hitter out of Texas Tech. Next pitch on the way, and this one hit well out towards center field, but it's dying down, and it'll drop in the Bermuda Triangle for a base hit in center. So Hudson White gets his first hit of the day, and Chatham gets the leadoff man on in the bottom of the seventh.
The shortstop, number 3, Derek Fabian.
So now Derek Fabian, the shortstop out of the 9-hole, will look for his first hit. He's been on base already once. That was on a walk in the third inning. Came around to score. Runner on first and nobody out in a 6-3 game led by YD. Righty on righty. Ida throws over to first to check on the runner. This is a guy you want to have up as the throw comes back over to first. Eric Fabian, guy who's hitting over 400. The OBP up near 500 this season. Future Auburn Tiger by way of Florida. First pitch swung on and missed for strike one on the 84-mile-an-hour off speed from Blake Ida. Fabian steps back in. Seventh inning craziness here in Chatham beginning to die down a bit. 3 moving over for YD. Pitch comes in and it misses just low. It's a ball and a strike. Over at second base, Ryan Jackson not completely on the left side of the infield, but just shadowed a bit towards the right side of the second base bag, much further left than he normally would be in his usual spot at second. Ball and a strike to Fabian. The pitch comes in on the hands, taken for ball 2.
But with Gleed guarding the runner over at first, there is a massive hole between first and second. There's literally nobody between those bags.
Additionally, out in right field, Paxton Kling's playing a little more towards the gap, so YD is heavily moving towards Fabian's pull side. He's ahead in the count 2-1. The pitch, swing and a miss. Took a big hack at the fastball at 89 miles an hour. Leans back after coming up with nothing but air on that one. The count is 2-2. Fabian is hitless against Ida this season. Pretty big lead on first as the pitch comes in, and this one stroked out towards center field. Another long run coming on in, and it's going to drop again in the same spot for a base hit in front of Apodaca. Hudson White halts at second base, but 2 identical base knocks from the 8-9 men in the order turns the lineup to the top for Caden Kent. He's the tying run at the plate. First and second, nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. And Kent trying to cut into this 6-3 YD lead.
I wonder if they'll move Apodaca in at all. He's been playing really deep out in center, and it is a deep center, 385, and I understand you don't want to let anything get past you, but only one ball off of a Chatham bat has been hit further out to the warning track out there, and now we've seen a couple drop in this middle outfield area. YD has been paying for that outfield depth.
Righty on lefty to Kent, first pitch from Ida. Sweeps low and in for ball 1. 90 miles an hour. Ball and no strikes. Side of the Kennesaw State Owl back out for his second inning of work after following up Finnegan Wall, who threw 5 innings in the start. Next pitch on the way, swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. Finnegan Wall is in line for the win in this game if YD could hold on. 3 runs off 3 hits, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts for the right-hander out of UCI. A ball and a strike, the count to Caden Kent. Pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball at 90. And he fans at it for strike 2. First and second with nobody out. Ida with 15 strikeouts and 13 2/3 innings coming into this one. He has struck out 1 batter so far. The 1-2 drops low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ida's missed some barrels in this inning, but they've both dropped in for blue hits. Righty warming up in the YD bullpen as we speak. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And the pitch to Kent. Lifted on the left side and out of play. Foul ball.
I'll go get it.
2-2 to the Texas A&M Aggie at the top of the lineup for Chatham. One of a couple of guys at the average over 300 on the season at 325 coming in. And he is 1 for 2 with a walk coming in his most recent plate appearance. Small lead on second, 2-2 comes in, and it rides near the belt, taken for ball 3. So it's a full count. Blake Ida, who was pretty efficient through the last inning, now dealing with a bit of length here in the bottom of the 7th. Payoff pitch. Swinging a grounder over towards second. Jackson backhand flips to second for 1. Throw on to first is in time. It's a 4-6-3 double play. Runner moves up to third as White just 90 feet away, but Whitey most importantly wipes away a couple of outs here in the 7th inning and takes 1 man off the bases. So tying run no longer at the plate now as Bryce Martin Grudzalanek tries to save this inning for the Anglers with no one coming across yet, still trailing 6-3, runner on third, 2 away. Grudzalanek is 0 for 2. First pitch to the righty. High at the letters for ball 1. Martin Grudzalanek got hit by a pitch back in the first inning against Finnegan Wall. This is his first time seeing Blake Ida. Middle infield is backed up as far as they can. Their heels on the outfield grass for YD as the 1-0 pitch comes in and sweeps over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Martin Grudzalanek has a line out and a pop out since being hit by that pitch. YD out hitting Chatham 10-6. They lead by 3. Ball and a strike. The pitch. Swing and a grounder comes off the side of the mound over towards short. It squeaks underneath the glove of Theo Hardy into left field for a base hit. Run comes in to score. And so Chatham gets the run back that they lost in the top half of the inning. It's now a 2-run deficit once more. 6-4 our scores. The inning stays alive. Hudson White comes across, and it's an RBI for Bryce Martin Grudzalanek, his 7th of the year. Tyler Wolfert on the back of a 1 for 3 day, trying to rally here for Chatham as he now serves as the tying run, which is back at the plate. Runner on first, 2 gone. 2-step lead off of first base by Martin Grudzalanek. Ida still out of the stretch, throws home. The pitch misses off the corner near the dirt, a ball and no strikes. Ida adjusts the hat and steps back on the rubber. Up to 36 pitches through an inning and 2/3. The 1-0. Breaking ball falls in the top of the zone for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tyler Wolfert. Righty on righty. Ida back set pretty quickly. The pitch is not in there. The back pick to first is not in time. The pitch missed low. Fastball there.
That was a nice play by Stafford. Gleed was swiping it across from the backside of the bag towards the front. If he'd gone the other direction, might have had Martin Grudzalanek.
2 balls, 1 strike. Kick and deal. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 91. Or rather, that was strike 2. That last pitch called a strike. Scoreboard read 2-1, but that is going to end the inning. So Blake Ida gets out of it and limits the damage to 1 run. YD keeps their lead at 2 as it's 6-4, headed to the 8th. Red Sox will bring the bottom 3 in the order up when we come back. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Top of the 8th inning, YD leading at 6-4 over Chatham, and the Oregon State Beaver Aiden Jimenez takes over in relief for Jack Brodsky, who went 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, 1 run that was earned, the home run by Dub Gleed. No walks, a hit batter, and 3 strikeouts. Leadoff batter in the inning is Ryan Jackson. He's 2 for 3 for YD, righty on righty. This is not the first the Red Sox have seen of Jimenez this season. First pitch is on the way, and Jackson, broken bat, chops it over towards short, coming around it. Fabian, sidearms on to first, and the stretch is made by Caden Kent for out number 1. Looks like it would be a closer play with the way that ball was moving off the bat, but it was fielded swiftly by Derek Fabian, and there's 1 gone in the inning.
Apodaca coming up an over 3 day, a couple of ground outs and a fly out to a guy who coming into this game was one of 2 Red Sox still batting over 300.
First pitch comes in, and he hits this ball well out to the opposite field, backpedaling on it Donahue, and he has the ground covered, making the catch just short of the warning track. Apodaca, one of 2 guys in the lineup that has not yet reached base in this game, and he's now 0 for 4. Quickly, 2 gone in the inning for Theo Hardy. He has reached base on an error and has also scored a run, but is hitless 0 for 3. YD looking to avoid going scoreless in an inning for the first time since the 3rd. Red Sox leading 6-4 as the teams traded runs in the last inning. Chatham down to their final 6 outs, but showing signs of life on offense from that last inning. First pitch to Hardy, and he takes a strike right down the middle. 90 miles an hour that time, 0-1. Righty on lefty. And the pitch to Hardy. Taken high near the YD patch on his jersey. 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the order is on deck for the Red Sox. Dub Gleed standing in the circle for YD. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Wide gap up the middle, the pitch. Breaking ball slides off the outer corner, 2 balls and a strike. Theo Hardy, 1 for 19, but he's only struck out 3 times. He's been putting the ball in play, just been getting a little bit unlucky, still yet to find some of those gaps. 2-1 pitch. Popped sky high, left side of the infield and foul ground. Looks like it should be playable, is making his way over. The catch is made by Miola, and that ends the inning. Top of the 8th has come and gone for YD. They go down 1-2-3 and do not put up a run for the first time since the 3rd. It's still 6-4. Red Sox. Chatham in need of a home late rally. See if they can get it when we come back. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. in the bottom of the 8th inning, and it's a YD pitching debut as Braden Montgomery, the two-way, is on the mound for the Red Sox, and he comes into a game that YD leads by 2, 6-4 our score, and he will face the 4, 5, 6 hitters in the Chatham order. Nolan Schubert leads off. He has doubled, flown out, and walked in this game, 1 for 2. That flyout also ended in a double play, 4-3. First pitch on the way from Montgomery, and he finds the zone for strike 1, 93 miles an hour from the flame-throwing two-way Braden Montgomery, who has been in the batting lineup a couple of times for YD since arriving a few days ago. 0-1, snapped up high at 93 again, a ball and a strike. Pitched at Stanford this past season, I should say. 1-2 record, 12.21 ERA. Mostly appeared in the batting lineup, had 10 appearances as a pitcher. 1-1, twirled on the first base side, but just foul. Hit it well, but just wide of the line, and the count is 1-2. Last year, Braden Montgomery was here. He played in 18 games for the Red Sox as a batter and hit .250, and he pitched 3 times to the tune of a 2.25 ERA over the course of 4 innings. From the line, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball was juiced up at 94 miles an hour there, and Chatham is down to their final 5 outs. Zach McDonald trying to get off the back of a hitless day. He is 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts and a flyout, righty on righty, as Montgomery nods his head, brings the glove over his face. Turning his body laterally, he throws home, and it's low for ball 1. He's been hammering away at that fastball. That was another one at 94 miles an hour. Montgomery, the native of Madison, Mississippi, currently in the transfer portal. Trying to get a 6-out save. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 93 miles an hour. Almost looks like more than that sometimes on a couple of these pitches from Montgomery. He's got the count even on Zach McDonald, 1-1. Infield playing pretty straight up for YD against McDonald, the 1-1. And he rolls over to the third base side. Diving stop by Darby. He's back to his feet. Throw to first is snagged out of the air in time by Zub Gleed. What a play by the YD defense. And there are 2 away in the 8th.
That was a laser from Darby, and what a stretch from Gleed. Got him by half a step. That was beautiful across the diamond.
Base is empty, 2 outs as YD still leads 6-4. And Kyson Donahue, who has a 1 for 3 day to his name, digs into the lefty box. Ryan Jackson backing up into right field from second base. First pitch from Montgomery, swing and a miss. He went for the breaking ball that time after going fastball heavy. Finally shows off the off speed at 84 miles an hour and gets a wave and a miss for strike 1. Montgomery rocking the blue glove. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Went to the breaking ball again in the similar spot. Brought it a little more down that time, but got another fan on it, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. Montgomery trying to retire the side, 1-2-3. He kicks and throws. Swing and a miss. 84 miles an hour. It's 3 straight off speed from Braden Montgomery, and that ends the inning. 2 strikeouts from the right-hander from Stanford, currently in the transfer portal. And he keeps this a 2-run game. We head to the 9th. Last chance for insurance. Top of the order. 2 up for YD when we return. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. YD leads at 6-4 as we got a scoreless frame for the first time since the second inning. And Dub Gleed leads off for the Red Sox as YD looks to add some insurance with the top of the order coming up. Gleed hit a home run to left field his last time up. He faces off against Aiden Jimenez, back for his second inning of work. Oregon State Beaver rocking the orange glove, set from the bump, lifts the knee and throws home. A breaking ball down low for ball one. Montgomery struck out two batters in a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the eighth, a two-way for YD. With an electric inning in relief, there is a righty up and warming in the bullpen. Ball and no strikes, the pitch, swing and a miss. 89 miles an hour. Gleed was out in front of it. 1 ball, 1 strike, so maybe not a 6-out save for Braden Montgomery. Kept his pitch count down to 10 pitches in that inning, but we might see a new arm for the ninth. Ball and a strike to Gleed and pitch. And he grounds it over to short. No movement at all from Fabian, but he chests it down, and he is able to recover it and throw on to first in time for the out. It's a little bit shaky there on a routine-looking play, but he still made it, which is what matters. Hunter Hines now is at the plate for YD, just looking for a trip to the base pads. He has not been on yet in this game. He's 0 for 4. Righty on lefty, bases empty, 1 away in a 6-4 game in the ninth. YD leading. First pitch on the way to Hines, and he got a piece of it and foul tipped it back for strike one. Red Sox are looking to snap a 3-game losing skid, or a 2-game losing streak, I should say. Next pitch on the way, and this one is lined over to second base, and hopping, it's off the glove of Martin Grudzelanek and into right center field, and that's a base hit. Puts the man aboard. They're going to call that an error. So Hunter Hines has robbed the YD dugout. Is irate when they saw that put up on the scoreboard, but it'll stand for now as an error. And there's a runner on first for R.J. Austin.
I can't say I disagree, only because Martin Grudzelanek had the time. That ball wasn't extremely hard hit. It floated up there a little bit. He had the time to move his feet over and chose not to, and then it went off the end of his glove. He tried to make this graceful leaping catch, and I think it was that choice that put him out of range of the ball. But still, definitely could have gone either way.
Coach came out of the YD dugout, and we've got a pause now. Hudson White is out from his post behind the plate to go talk to his pitcher, but YD initiated this, and now we're going to see a pinch runner. So Red Sox wanted to make a sub. That's why they stopped play, as Max Vieira will pinch run for Hunter Hines. Vieira, who made his last appearance as a pitcher a couple of days ago, comes on as a pinch runner here in the ninth. Man on first with 1 gone for R.J. Austin. First pitch on the way, and it slides down and away for ball 1. YD looking for some of that insurance. Chatham had a 2-run inning in the third. Pitch on the way, and a soft roller over towards second. The only play will be to first, and Martin Grudzelanek throws it over in time. He was shifted towards the second base bag, had a long run to that. Essentially does the same as a bunt, advancing the runner up to second base, as R.J. Austin just had that ball flare off the end of his bat. Runner on second, 2 away for Ryan Stafford, trying to get a man in scoring position home to maybe make this a 3-run game with YD trailing 6-4. 2 outs in the top of the ninth. First pitch comes in. Stafford takes a strike over the inner half at 90 miles an hour, 0-1. Spinning the bat, set up from the back of the righty box. Jimenez set from the first base side of the rubber. A long hold, now he throws in. Swing and a miss. Pitch only registered at 85, looked a little faster out of the hand. As big hack from Ryan Stafford. He can't connect to what was a high breaking ball. No balls, 2 strikes against YD catcher. And we get time called at the plate. Still 0-2 to Stafford. He's got some room to maybe poke a ball up the right side through the infield. Martin Grudzalanek covering the second base bag. Now the 0-2 pitch, and he sends it that way. A chopper over towards second base. It gets by Martin Grudzalanek and into right field. Vieira rounds third and scores, and it's an RBI single for Ryan Stafford.
Nice base running by Vieira. There was no chance on the outfield assist from that when it looked like there maybe could have been. The ball snuck through the gap but was an extremely hard hit, so it took a little bit of time to get out to right field. Another RBI for Stafford adds to that tally from yesterday and continues his solid streak at the plate.
So it's now a 7-4 game with YD leading, and the batter will be Paxton Kling with a runner on first and 2 outs as a silence has made its way over Veterans Field. Kling out of LSU has reached base in his 2 appearances at the plate. First pitch rides high and in on him under the armpit for ball 1. A double and a hit by pitch for Paxton. Runner on first, 2 away. YD with 11 hits, 7 runs off it. Chatham with 4 runs off of 7 hits. 1-0 count to Paxton Kling. Knee lift and pitch. Blasted foul on the right side. That ball will get over the playground, over everything, and way out of play. Ball and a strike to Kling. YD has collected an insurance run here in the 9th. They've scored in 5 of the 9 half innings that they've come to the plate. 1-1 to Kling. Takes a breaking ball down and away in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. The runner on first. Xander Darby is on deck for the Red Sox. Stafford shifting his weight around over on first base. 2-1 to Kling. Takes a strike on the low part of the zone. A nice frame from Hudson White, and the count is even at 2-2 on a fastball registering 94 miles an hour on the radar gun. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count to Paxton Kling. Tall stance on the mound from Jimenez. He throws. This one popped up behind home. It might just barely get over the netting, and it will, bouncing our way. And it is caught by a fan right in front of us on the bounce. Count will remain 2-2 to Paxton Kling. So get a longer pause than usual after that foul ball. Kling will make his way back in. Stafford takes a shuffle off of first. Kling just winding the bat back and forth pendulum style. Choked up a bit in the righty box. 2-2 offering. Runner goes. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. It is squeezed by Hudson White. It's a strikeout to retire the side. But the RBI single from Ryan Stafford and YD. Objective secured in the top of the 9th as they get the insurance run, and it's now a 7-4 ball game headed to the bottom of the 9th. The Red Sox will call to their bullpen. It's save time for a righty that's trotting his way in as YD tries to snap the 2-game losing skid. See if they can hold on to this one on the road when we come back. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Bottom of the ninth inning, and it's a 7-4 game. Red Sox in front of the Chatham Anglers. Leighton Finley entering the game for the Red Sox, the right-hander from the University of Georgia, second in the league among active closers with 3 saves, looking for a league-tying 4th. First pitch on the way, misses outside to Fiola. Or Miola, beg your pardon, Aiden Miola, the third baseman. Finley, Miola, mashing my words together. 0 for 3, Miola is on the day. 1-0 pitch. Lifted in the air and out of play behind home plate. That evens the count at 1-1. YD will shift on the right-handed swinger, bringing second baseman Ryan Jackson over onto the left side. There's 3 infielders there, just 1 on the right. That's Dub Gleed at first base. 1-1. Breaks down low, 2 balls and a strike. Leighton Finley will be a Cape League All-Star. He has not given up an earned run yet this season. 16 1/3 innings pitched for the Georgia Bulldog and 19 Ks. 2-1. Drops down low for ball 3. And Miola 1 pitch away from getting a potentially rally starting walk in the bottom of the 9th. Oklahoma State Cowboy rocking the orange gloves digs back in the leadoff spot. The 3-1 offering low for ball 4. Miola aboard for the first time. And Hudson White, who finally got his hit after a tough start with a pair of strikeouts, got a base hit in the 7th inning. And he will try to move this train along and potentially bring the tying run to the plate. Runner on first with nobody out. Red Sox have a 3-run cushion here in the bottom of the 9th. Finley out of the stretch now. Righty on righty deals the first pitch. Swing and a foul tip straight back. Count is 0-1. Finley, the big 6'5", 220 frame, has been so shut down for YD this season. He's given up just 2 unearned runs across 7 appearances. Next pitch on the way, and it's some chin music up high, leaning out of the way. It's a 1-1 count to Hudson White. 1-2 win-loss record. Pretty unfortunate for the YD pitcher Leighton Finley. He's only given up 2 runs, and both times you got a losing decision. 1-1 comes in there for strike 2 on the breaking ball. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Both times they were unearned runs, too. His last appearance was against Falmouth on July 16th, 4 days ago. He's not pitched yet against Chatham this season. Runner on first, a ball and 2 strikes is the count. The pitch. Swing and a hit ball into right field. Stepping back now, trotting in. Paxton Kling makes the catch. There was a sense of something maybe getting over Kling's head as he briefly froze at that ball off the bat, but was able to step into it and make the catch with the runner holding at first. Derek Fabian is at the plate, the righty, with a runner on first. Chatham down to their final 2 outs. Over at second, Ryan Jackson playing close to the bag, still to the right of it. A lot of room the opposite way to the right-handed swinger, choked up. First pitch on the way, and it's taken way up high on the fastball at 93 for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Finley bouncing the front heel. He sets, now throws. Just missed that one off the inner corner, and it's 2-0. Fans that have stuck it out chanting, trying to get their Chatham team to rally here in the 9th. YD trying to stop the skid. Finley in a 2-0 count, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, a big fastball that he gets by the right-handed hitter Derek Fabian for a strike. The count is now 2-1.
Fabian was bouncing his hips to the beat of the "Let's Go Anglers" chant coming from the crowd.
Wiggles his hips into the righty box, waiting this 2-1 pitch. Here comes. And that's a strike in the outer corner. A yelp from the YD dugout. Some approval shown by the teammates of Leighton Finley. The count is 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Finley looking for his first punchy. The pitch just underneath the zone. Stafford did his best to frame it up, but that ball clearly missing, and the count is 3-2. Tying run awaits in the on-deck circle. Chatham down by 3. 7-4 our score in the bottom of the 9th. Finley set just above the belt, takes a breath. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Finley threw the fastball away there and got a chase from Derek Fabian. Back to the top of the order, Caden Kent trying to keep the game alive for the Anglers, who are down to their final out, still down 3. Miola still on first. Finley looking to slam the door. A 4th save would tie him for the league lead. Finley throws the first pitch. It's popped up and foul. Ball that was coming up near the head of the hitter in Caden Kent. No balls, 1 strike to count to the man at the top of the order. Righty on lefty. Finley kicks and throws. Breaking ball that bounces in. Stafford knocks it down with the chest protector and picks it up off the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Backed up into shallow right field. Jackson awaiting a ball potentially hit into the shift. The 1-1. Kent takes a pitch just down. Some late life to that breaking ball brought it beneath the zone, and that moves Caden Kent ahead in the count 2-1. Righty on lefty. Bryce Martin Grudzelonic on deck. 2-1 pitch. Bumped foul behind home, and the Anglers are down to their final strike. Finley gets a new ball. The count is 2-2. We'll grab some rosin on a night turned humid here from Chatham. Finley hanging the right arm. Shakes 1, shakes 2, has his sign. The 2-2 pitch. Swinging a soft grounder over towards first base. Gleed puts up the stop sign to Finley, takes it to the bag himself, and the ball game is over. YD bounces back after back-to-back losses with a 7-4 win on the road. And the Red Sox are back into the win column, and they pick up their 18th victory of the season. Leighton Finley with his 4th save of the year. That's tied for the Cape Cod League lead. He'll be rewarded with a chance to pitch in the All-Star game on Saturday. And the Red Sox with an offensive showing that was very strong here. Perri, they had 11 hits in this game and felt like a much-needed display that the Bats have been waiting on over these past couple of days.
Absolutely, Luke, and importantly as well, no errors for YD, 3 for Chatham. That was a big difference maker in this game. The solo shot from Dub Gleed, we've seen flashes from him, and he was excellent tonight. Stafford continues being excellent night after night, and it just looks like the YD team we've come to know and love.
So that'll wrap things up here from Veterans Field in Chatham. And we will be back on the air tomorrow, 5 o'clock start from Brewster at Stony Brook Field as the Red Sox take on the Brewster Whitecaps. Until then, for Perri, Kitei, our entire crew at the YD Red Sox, thanks so much for tuning in. 7-4 the final score with the Red Sox victors. Hey, what's up?